So if you've got, parents giving maybe mixed messages from what the coach is spewing, or one of the things preparing for this podcast is something I looked up about dropout rate of student athletes and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And of all the kids that drop out, 30% of them cite parental issues, whether it's pressure or
Right.
conduct or something like that. So that's a big percentage when we're talking about, these parents on the sides that aren't volunteering as coaches, aren't being paid as coaches, getting overly involved and doing things perhaps, inappropriate is the wrong term, but you know what I mean. Like
Right.
coaching when they shouldn't be coaching is kind of
Right.
what the bottom line is. So going back and just saying that you've brought in some interesting stuff for me to think about about the helping these kids grow not only as their athletes and in their prospective sports, but helping them grow as people too. Um,
And the work ethic thing is the thing that I think that they get the most out of, right? Because
yeah,
it's way easier to convince them to work hard for something that they love than it is
yeah,
to just be on them about doing chores all the time, right? So
yes.
they can learn that work ethic in a positive way.
And then you get into a little bit of an animal of with my kid, my son, who definitely loves a particular sport until he starts getting involved in that sport, and then he's like, I'm done with it. And then it becomes like a chore, and
Yeah.
trying to teach him to, okay, you made this decision.
Perseverance. That's the other.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, there we go. I like that word. Teaching them perseverance, at least through the season or something like that, because they made that commitment. And we always harp with him is like, it's not really, once you're on a team in these team sports, once you're on a team, yes, it is about you, but it's also about the team. And so if you're putting in that mediocre effort, or if you're complaining constantly, you're hurting your own experience, but you're also hurting the team's experience.
Right.
And so, again, going back to those parents who get overly involved in stuff like that, that's something I think is forgotten, and especially currently, as we have emerged from the pandemic and stuff, I think we have forgotten a little bit about how to coexist on a big group
Right.
scale, and we're just starting to relearn these sorts of things. But understanding that conduct and actions and what is said has a larger implication than just in your own little circle. It has a team implication in our particular aspect. So
I would hope that all the parents are on the same page as far as what they want their kids to learn, but you can tell they're not just by their own reactions. Sometimes they would just
yeah,
have um, an interesting experience at a tournament this weekend with a parent on my daughter's team. Just say her daughter's name is Jane,
hmm,
and a great player, right? But her mom's yelling from the sideline, and the play is 30 yards away from her daughter, and she's yelling, pass it to Jane, pass it to Jane. And I'm like, thinking like that's not your no, that's not the right thing to tell her. For
yeah,
starters,
yeah,
your daughter's not even in the right position to receive a pass, right? She's so far away from the play. But it's
hmm,
about the team. Like you should be rooting for the team. Your daughter's on the team,
yes,
so you should want the team success, right? And help your daughter to play in the team and
right.
not just think that it's all about her, right? So
Right, right. I mean, the greatest athletes in the world that were part of these team sports, it was about getting themselves better for the team to win. And
yeah.
like these champions that you see over and over again, the Michael Jordans, the Derek Jeters, the Tom Brady's, these guys that are at the top of their class. And there's women on the other side too, excuse me, like Sue Bird in the WNBA and Tarasi. These people on these team sports are bettering themselves so they can make the team better and lifting up their teammates in the same regard. So, for a parent to hyper focus on their own kid is like, I want my kid to score, I want my kid to do this, all this sort of stuff. It's like, okay, that's all well and good, and that may build confidence, that may build, all sorts of stuff, but it's also about the team aspect. It's also about the participation and working, as we've already said, working with others to create teamwork that
Right.
is translatable across many mediums.